So, hi, this is Asha Jadeja speaking from TiEcon2024. We had a fabulous panel just now with speakers that spoke about all the topics that are popular in India right now, which are actually at the core, at the center of multiple conversations that are going on as India takes off as a global power, as a global economic force. So today I have with me my good friend and fellow scholar, actually, Jai Sai Deepak. An extremely important author and a thought leader in India who has brought about conversations on resurgence of Indian civilizational values and what it means for all of us as we shape the DNA of the planet, actually. And those core values of unification, of oneness of all humanity, the Vasudev Kutumbkam kind of value system that we all embody as Indians. This is something that we, for the first time, we are bringing it up at TiEcon, a platform that is very tech-focused. So this is an important conversation that Deepak had today with the audience, and I wanted to speak with him about that. So Deepak, can you please tell us a little bit more about what do you see as, how do you see this kind of a strength of Indian civilizational sort of rising, growing awareness? How do you see that empowering and strengthening us in the diaspora as we try to, create our own forward and backward linkages with India? How do you see this helping us?
So, I think the diaspora has always been an ambassador for Bharat for the longest of times, particularly when Bharat has needed a voice in foreign jurisdictions to bat for it on matters of crucial foreign policy. I think the Indian diaspora has stepped up, whether it's the nuclear deal or any other example, or even particularly during the sanctions of 98. I think it was the diaspora which was batting for Bharat. So that shows that the Indian caucus, so to speak, not just in US but in other jurisdictions, has come of age. And it is seen as an asset both by, let's say, their countries of origin or their country of origin and their adopted homelands, which I think positions them in a very unique way, that they get to be part of the conversation and also steer the conversation. Now, the importance of the civilizational discussion as part of this narrative is that increasingly the world is being polarized on identity lines. And no matter how much we may globalize and secularize and embrace technology as part of our lives in every way, the one thing that makes us us is that identity. And individual identity alone doesn't, according to me, define a person. It is significantly defined from or by where they come from. Okay, so you are a whole only by the part that is contributed by your conditioning and who you are as a person, both. So in that sense, I think it's very important that we understand that the next 25 to 30 years, both at a global level as well as at Bharat's level, the conversation will be as much about culture and identity as it will be about technology and economics. And the sooner the diaspora understands this and gears up for this challenge, it will be in a much better position to deal with the manifestations of that challenge in places like United States. Because what you're witnessing on college campuses across the board is a manifestation of the very same identity politics. And therefore, I believe whether you like it or not, making identity a part of your conversation, including your economic conversations or investment conversations, is crucial. I'll give you a simple example. I constantly get information from the private equity, voices in India, who tell me how they decide investment-based decisions based on demographic changes in certain parts of Bharat over the next 25 years, where they're asking people to move away significantly from states like Bengal and other places, precisely because of demographic imbalance. Okay, so if we think that high economics is going to be shielded from cultural renaissance or upheaval, that's never going to be the case. There's a direct link, and stability ensures peace and growth. And stability comes from having some sense of identity so that you can put your house in order. So that I think, therefore, for the first time at a conversation, let's say at a summit, which is meant to be discussing investment, technology and whatnot, the fact that we have managed to bring civilizational aspects as part of a conversation here represents your success in bringing this topic into this picture. So I'm very happy that we finally broke that ground. And contrary to popular perception, the audience was extremely receptive of it, which tells us that there is a hungry audience that wants to understand the convergence between both areas. And that's an area that needs to be explored further. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Sai, thank you so much. This was very valuable for all of us. Thank you, sir.